the individual I decided to research was James Lewis Johnson. He's also known as J.J. Johnson, and he was born January 22nd, 1924 in Indianapolis. So his music journey essentially started at the age of 9. He started playing the piano and essentially fell in love with music. After that, he played the trombone at the age of 14, and that's essentially the instrument that got him well known, and he stuck with his whole life. He is known as a trombonist, composer, and arranger, and one of the earliest composers within the bebop genre. So at the age of 18, he left home and joined a band. It was the Snookum Russell Band, and after that, he experienced what life was like as a musician, and his pieces just embodied everything that people wanted to listen to, and he just had a great, successful career. And while this video is a little snippet, it's not even close to his life and what he was known as, so I do highly suggest just taking time to research him as well. But just to get right ahead, he joined a lot of bands, and he also had quartets that he arranged, and he created pieces for them. He was well known for being like getting the listeners confused and listening closely as well. He played fast, and people thought he was using a valve trombone that slid, and that's not what happened. Rather than using the sliding one, that's what they thought. So like he definitely made his listeners like be on their toes. He did have a solo piece in 1943 with Benny Carter's, and the piece is called Love for Sale, and I will play that for you right now so you have a little snippet of what his pieces sound like. Okay, so that's just a little snippet, and you can hear the livelihood and the music and how it pumps up the crowd, but it's also smooth. So it wasn't pieces that you get lost in and confused. But then also, they weren't pieces that people would typically dance to either. It's just like you would sit down and listen to them. And from 1946 to 1950, Johnson played with like the top musicians, like Miles Davis, Charlie Parker. He later even was in a quartet that included Bobby Jasper. So this just shows that he is an successful individual and traveled far to meet these individuals as well. But he did take a break in his composing and music career and just started writing songs for televisions and movies. And some of those pieces were The Mod Squad, The Girl, and so much more. So, and that was in LA. And so he moved as well to LA. And it's crazy to think that he was winning awards as well as the best trombonist without even playing and making new pieces, just old pieces that he's composed later or earlier in life, and he's still one of the best while not even making any new pieces and focusing on the movies and televisions and those. So he was one to look for, and everyone wanted to be like him as well. But he did start composing pieces again in the 1980s and was a part of another quartet. But in the late 1990s to 2000, he stopped playing music as a whole, and composing and just in general stopped his work. He found out he had prostate cancer, and then unfortunately took his life January 4th in 2001. So while he did die in a horrible way, he did leave his mark on this world. And even today, he's well known and people are influenced by him daily to just be like him and produce music like him and be in the same status as him as well. And he's just even has a well known career. And it's crazy, like I said, that you're making and winning awards for songs that you've wrote years past. And like I mentioned, this is just this little short snippet of his career and life. I do highly recommend you taking time to research him and just see how he lived and what he's influenced on the genre today, because it was a lot. Thank you for listening.